Our understanding of children's development is important so that we can better support and guide them as they grow up. Children's development is everybody's concern. Regardless of whether you are a family member, someone in the community, a humanitarian aid worker, or someone else, you play a critical role in the development of children in your surroundings, either directly or indirectly. All your actions, big or small, have an impact on children's physical, cognitive, emotional, and social development in one way or another, and this lays the foundation for their future. To understand what developmental stages an individual child goes through at a particular point in time is the first step to be able to provide to the child what he or she needs. To understand children's stages and domains of development also helps to prioritize resources within an organization and design and implement projects. Not focusing on healthy child development risks the long-term well-being of individuals, families, and communities. It is important to learn about children's development when dealing with children in order to understand children's needs, reactions, and coping strategies. Children express their needs differently depending on their age and developmental stage. All reactions are important, as they help the child to get the care and support he or she needs. A hungry child might cry. A frustrated child might demand attention through body language and voice. Emotional reactions are common and normal, and should not be stifled or suppressed. Rather, we need to seek to understand what the child is trying to tell us through his or her reactions, to be able to respond appropriately. Understanding children's reactions and experiences can help us understand what is important to children at different ages and stages. That emotional reactions are normal means that all children show anger, fear, and aggression, including towards each other. They may not yet have learned how to communicate verbally or express their needs in a different way. Understanding children's reactions does not mean that we agree to all behavior, but it means that we try to understand and support children. How to respond will also influence their learning of many important skills, such as how to manage their emotions, how to express their needs, how to be patient, and how to understand others. It is important to learn about children's development when dealing with children in order to understand children in crisis. How young people experience and cope with different crises also depends on their age and developmental stage. What constitutes a crisis will differ according to the age and developmental stage of the child. For example, a crisis for a very young child may be losing sight of the primary caregiver, while a crisis for an older child or adolescent may be to watch the destruction of their school, for example, in the context of a conflict. It is important to learn about children's development when dealing with children in order to guide parents and caregivers in adequately supporting their children. Parents and caregivers in all countries and cultures want their children to grow up into healthy, well-balanced adults who are able to make a positive contribution to their communities and societies. It is essential for parents and caregivers to understand their children's developmental stages in order to provide adequate support and respond appropriately to their reactions and specific developmental needs. It is important to learn about children's development when dealing with children in order to understand the different needs of boys and girls. Boys and girls go through distinct developmental changes, and these changes result in distinct needs. For example, boys and girls go through different physical changes during adolescence, which brings new life experiences and may create worry. This asks for certain types of support from the people surrounding the young person, including gender-sensitive programming. Cultural norms, religious practices, and social expectations interlink with the development of young people and can often vary for boys and girls. For example, at certain developmental stages comes the responsibility of carrying out certain tasks. Boys may be expected to take on certain tasks in the family, while girls may be expected to take on others. Those responsibilities are likely to influence other factors that affects the young person's development, such as who they interact with and how, both within and outside of the family, the possibilities to access services, such as education,